Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report, the #1 Raiders show on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe at youtube.com/Raiders Report. Today's show, Raider Nation rumors. Rumors created by y'all. So don't get mad at me. You came up with them. Now, the first one that we're going to be rolling in here is around LeBron James. And the question is coming in from Lakers Rumors and News. Make sure you guys subscribe to our Lakers Rumors and News channel, chatsports.com/Lakers. But no need to follow the host, Jimmy, over there. So which position and how many receiving yards and touchdowns will LeBron James score on the Raiders? Well, this one's coming into LeBron James, the tight end. I'm going to give this one 4 Chucky heads. I think if LeBron James were to play for the Oakland Raiders, he would be a tight end. I mean, he's 6'8", 250 pounds. I get that he played wide receiver in high school. That was in high school. And his junior year in high school, 57 catches, 1,160 yards, and 16 touchdowns. A man amongst boys. And I'll say this, man. He would be super fun to watch in the red zone with Derek Carr, and you can get mad at me if you want. I think if LeBron James is on the Raiders, he's probably the starting tight end. Like, Darren Waller's an athletic dude. Foster Moreau, athletic guy, going to be a pretty solid tight end, I think. But Luke Wilson, Derek Carrier, Carey, you're definitely gone. And LeBron James would be 6'8", 250 on a football field. Like, you guys think Gronk's big? Gronk comes up to LeBron's nipples. So, LeBron James' projected stats with the Oakland Raiders. We put LeBron James on the Oakland Raiders in Madden 2019 here at Chat Sports, going above and beyond. 16-game season. LeBron came out with 51 catches, 845 yards, and 11 touchdowns. LeBron James and the Oakland Raiders. Who says no? So would LeBron be the best tight end on the Raiders this year? I want you to type Y for yes, type N for no. If you don't like the Madden projected stats, you think LeBron would have better stats or worse stats, tweet them at me, at Mitchell Renz 365. If you're new to Raider Nation rumors, you're like, Mitch, what are these Chucky heads? Here's my Raiders rumors scale. 0 Chucky heads is tuck rule, tuck that. This one, not going to happen. 1 Chucky head is a small shred of the truth. I like to think 25% chance of happening. 2 Chucky heads, people are talking 50-50. 3 Chucky heads is pretty likely 75% chance. And 4 Chucky heads, believe it, baby. Next Raider Nation rumors rolling in here from H-Mob Dude. Get a picture. Raiders might as well add Colin Kaepernick to the roster. He's saying this because the Raiders went out and signed Richie Incognito. So the rumor, Raiders to sign Colin Kaepernick. This one's 0 Chucky heads. Tuck rule, tuck that. Colin Kaepernick, I don't think at this point even wants to be in the NFL. Sure, you guys are going to go out there and it's very split, right? There's the people who are like, Richie Incognito's the greatest guard that's ever lived and he's going to be a great Raider. And then there's the people that are like, Richie Incognito's a piece of crap and shouldn't be on the team, right? It's very, very split. Now, a few months ago, USA Today predicted the Raiders actually to sign Colin Kaepernick, and Oakland just cut Landry Jones. Now, when you look at the Raiders quarterback depth chart right now, Derek Carr, clear-cut starter. Mike Glennon, QB2. Peterman, QB3. As I stated, they cut Landry Jones. And here's the actual question I'm going to ask everybody who's watching right now. Who is the better quarterback? Type K for Colin Kaepernick or type P for Nathan Peterman. I think it's an actually legit question. Like, I don't really know how good Colin Kaepernick is anymore. Sure, the dude went to a Super Bowl. I think the NFL kind of caught up to him a little bit, and I don't really know if the will is there. But then again, I've also seen Nathan Peterman, and he's really bad. 3 touchdowns, 12 interceptions his entire career. So who's better? K for Kaepernick or P for Peter? Make sure you guys subscribe to youtube.com/Raiders Report, the #1 Raiders channel on YouTube. We also do a pretty good job over there at Facebook too, so check us out over there. Make sure you guys are always interact with me on IG and on Twitter at Mitchell Renz 365. Speaking of IG, this next one's coming in from Cooper Harold. Te'Von Coney starting over Vontaze Burfict or Brandon Marshall in week 1. I'm going to give this one only 1 Chucky head, and I think it's a small shred of truth. Now, I do think Coney is going to make the Raiders' final roster, and in fact, I was actually pretty shocked when he went undrafted. So he started 13 games for Notre Dame in 2018, and he got an Association Press third-team All-American honors and made 123 tackles. I think he's actually a pretty solid tackler. The athleticism is average to me. still kind of small, and if everybody's watching here, take a drink. I think he's a Gruden grinder. But starting over Brandon Marshall and Vontaze Burfict, two proven, I don't want to say proven veterans, two solid veterans, and I think Paul Gunther wanted both of these players on his team. So here's the Raiders right now linebacking depth chart. I like Burfict, I like Marshall, and right now Coney's the third or fourth string tight end. If he can maybe slide up and jump a few people, but in terms of him getting a week 1 start, maybe some players go down. I've seen some crazier things happen, but I would say it's about like a 2% chance. So will Coney start week 1 for the Raiders? Type 4 for believe it, baby, or type 0 for tuck rule. Tuck that. Let me know, I guess, in the comments section. So I put this one up from Instagram, and I love when you guys are always interacting with me here on IG and on Twitter. So I want to give a special shout out to everybody who does interact with me on IG. So Juan, Rob's one of my good dudes there, Jeremy, Blake, and then Planet Rock. So what I want everyone to do, if you see your name on screen, take a screenshot and then at me on Instagram, at MitchellRenz365, and I'll share it on mine. Sound good? Cool. Let's go to Twitter now. This is the next Raider Nation rumors coming in from my dude Robert, one of my most loyal watchers. So Rob, shout out to you, my man. The Raiders will sneak in and sign Gerald McCoy, and Cleveland Ferrell will have 8+ sacks. Raider Nation. So the Raiders are going to sign Gerald McCoy. I'm going to give this one only one Chucky head, my man. Like, he was cut by the Buccaneers at age 31. I do still believe that he is the top free agent left available, but defensive tackle just isn't a big need for the Raiders. And I say all that, and then I'm thinking Gerald McCoy wants to play for a winning team, and this might hurt your feelings. I do think the Raiders are going to be a winning team, but I don't know if they're as much of a lock as some of the other teams that are interested in him. I think he's going to be a Cleveland Brown. From what it sounds like, the Browns are the most interested team. He visited the Browns last week. He visited the Ravens, and then he's also could potentially visit the Colts. That one's still kind of mucky in the water, but the Colts also have a lot of money. So what kind of player, though, would the Raiders potentially get, right? So in 2018, he had 6 sacks. 2017, 2016, 2015, these were definitely Gerald McCoy's better years, but also the Buccaneers' defense was really, really bad. Basically the last 3 years. So, Raiders defensive line depth chart. I love me some Mo Hurst. Led the team in sacks last year with 4. I think he's going to be a breakout player. Hopefully you watched my video. Arden Key, Cleveland Ferrell, a very young and talented defensive end group. But again, Hankins and Hurst, PJ Hall, I'm hoping that he can have a better year. And then Ellis, Vanderdoes, I think he gets cut. But overall, Hurst and Hankins, I think they're going to be able to hold it down. And that's why I don't think Gerald McCoy is going to be a Raider. So now here, let's check out some teams that are interested in Gerald McCoy. You got the Browns, Colts, Saints, Patriots. Browns, Colts, Saints, Patriots. Guess what? All those teams are pretty good. The Bengals, the Ravens, and then the Carolina Panthers. I think out of all those teams, I would probably say the Patriots, the Browns are probably the most likely for me. So how many Chucky heads on the Raiders signing Gerald McCoy? So it's 0 Chucky heads, tuck rule, tuck that. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you don't know my rumor scale, rewind a little bit because guess what? It's in this video. Next one's coming in from Twitter, Hambone Gaming, one of my, again, loyal watchers. Should Tom Cable be fired? 5 Chucky heads. What the heck would 5 Chucky heads be? Tom, yeah? Sure. Should the Raiders fire Tom Cable? This one's for Chucky heads. Believe it, baby. Man, you guys know I don't like Tom Cable. He was the Seahawks offensive line coach in 2017, and then he decided to bring his talents to Oakland. And then the Raiders went on to give up 52 freaking sacks in 2016 to 2017 combined. The Raiders allowed 42 sacks, and I think we can all agree, had one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. Now comes over Tom Cable, and just shit hits the fan. I don't really know how else to say it besides that. Like, it got ugly really, really quick. And when I think about Tom Cable, I've given him some credit in terms of running the football, but he's one of the worst people in the game, one of the worst coaches in the game in terms of protecting your quarterback. So Tom Cable adjusted sack rate, and if you don't know what adjusted sack rate is, here you go. Adjusted sack rate gives sacks plus intentional grounding, penalties per pass attempt adjusted for down, distance, and opponent. Got it? Cool. In 2017, the Raiders ranked 31st. 2016, 25th. 30th, 24th, 32nd. These are not good rankings for adjusted sack rate. Guess what it means? Your quarterback is getting hit. 2012, 20th, his best year. Great job, Tom Cable. 2011, 24th, 26th, 31st, 30th. These are not good ranking, especially when you need to protect a quarterback who, guess what, is a little bit skittish. So should the Raiders fire Tom Cable? FC for fire Cable or KC for keep Cable? If I see a bunch of KCs, I might ban you from my channel. So FC, throw it in the comments section. That's what I want to see because this dude needs to get fired. So I brought that question in on Twitter, and like promised, I'm going to interact with you guys on Twitter. So Blitz Chick, you've asked me, I'm going to say 10 times for a follow back. The more you ask me, I don't just give them out like candy. Sorry. KAO, whatever. That's a really tough name. NHO Will, Tito 509. I do love me some Titos. And then WWE Bray Wyatt. If you guys follow him, he's a famous WWE wrestler, and we might be going to a game this year. So tell us which game you want us to attend. Make sure you guys subscribe to youtube.com/Raiders Report, the #1 Raiders channel here on YouTube. And if I miss any of your Raider Nation rumors, I'm sorry. There was a lot of them. Hit me up on IG or Twitter at MitchellRenz365. All right, this last one rolling in here is from my man Eugene. Eugene, one of my most loyal watchers. What is Chris Warren's current weight? Y'all are obsessed with weight. Seriously. And are we cutting DeAndre Washington or keeping him? I think the Raiders are going to cut DeAndre Washington. But how about this? Is Chris Warren under 260 pounds? This one's actually for Chucky heads. Believe it, baby. He is under 260 pounds. So Warren was 270 pounds back in April. And then on May 4th, John Gruden came out and said that Chris Warren is 260 pounds. Now, I want you to think about this. Warren last season played at 247. But now when he was at Texas, he struggled with a little bit of weight issues, and I think it's why we've been talking about Chris Warren's weight. The guy was really good in the preseason last year. 292 rushing yards. He led all running backs in the preseason. Then he got hurt. Then he didn't play. And now everyone wants to know, hey, is Chris Warren healthy? Is Chris Warren, I guess, under 260 pounds? So how about this? If you guys want to know his exact weight, I want you to DM me on Instagram if you want to know Chris Warren's exact weight. Sound good? It's at MitchellRenz365. Make sure you guys subscribe to the #1 Raiders channel here on YouTube at youtube.com/Raiders Report. Raider Nation, what's going on? Is this the #1 Raiders channel on YouTube? For Chucky heads, believe it, baby. And if you haven't already, subscribe right here. I'm giving you Chucky heads, news, rumors, Raider Nation rumors. And look at this. I'm making your life easier. Check out my next video. Thanks for watching, and go Raiders.